The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
Do you know why we have red Solo cups?
No.
Toby Keith died.
I know.
No, right? It's sad, right? Right?
I love Toby Keith.
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan, huh?
Not going to elaborate, though?
Not right now.
Our next guest will get it out of you, though.
I mean, I just was Toby. No. I'm not going to. It's too soon.
You're not going to trash the dead.
It's too soon.
Anyway, a great American. We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way.
That's right.
One of the greatest song lyrics of all time.
I agree.
See? Steve knows. He's wise.
Gone too soon.
Okay.
I'd say
62.
wise beyond his years, but Steve's old, so he can't say wise beyond his years.
Yeah, I've seen every Super Bowl.
You have seen every Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Master the segue.
Wow.
Are you excited for this one?
For the commercials.
Not the
What?
game?
That's my line.
Soon as Super Bowl ends, when the clock hits 0-0, it's baseball season.
And NASCAR?
NASCAR too, but
Why do you not care about this Super Bowl?
the Browns aren't in it.
The Browns have never been in one. Ever. 0 for 58. They're one of two teams.
So then why have you seen every Super Bowl if the Browns haven't been? Like, why do you care?
It's a big game.
For the commercials?
Well, the commercial started about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But for that, it was just the end of the season.
He cares because he's not a communist. He's an American, and we watch football in America.
And I'll put
Okay.
a boot
You're not
boot
some
in your
third
ass.
world country.
Yeah.
You watch the Super Bowl. You're going to watch the Super Bowl.
I am going to watch the commercials. That was my line, remember? I think that's about all I'm really watching this year with it.
No betting.
No betting. I'm not even really interested in the halftime show. I usually am.
What if T Swift swoops in and does a cameo at the halftime with him? They do a duet.
In
He
memory
got
of
me. Okay.
See,
then maybe,
you'd be stoked
maybe.
then.
I don't know if T Swift would do that though.
Are we Swifties?
I'm agnostic. She's great. She's fine. I don't care. I'm watching the game. I don't care if somebody cuts away and shows a guy's girlfriend for 5 seconds. Sometimes the cutaways are goofy times, like after Isaiah Pacheco scores a touchdown and they show her. It's like, I thought she was dating Travis Kelce, not Isaiah Pacheco. That is the producer in me saying, show her after Travis Kelce does something, But she's the biggest star in the world, so show her whenever, I guess. I'm fine with it. I'm watching the game. She's there. I'm not going to get triggered. I'm good.
Does
Steve
it
has been
upset
on a
you?
What?
Does it upset you at all? I know you write about it
He's
a
a
lot.
Swiftie.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
He's
No.
a Swiftie now.
I think it's a great attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that meme that you posted a while back ago, like where it was something about, I guess I don't know if it targeted men, but it said men, your daughters are watching you when
I know.
they're telling you to, when you're ripping on Taylor and this and this, what you're inadvertently saying to these young girls is be less.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty interesting meme. I thought was
I
good
got a lot
one.
of girls in my family too, so
Yeah.
So you got to stand up for them. That's nice.
Would you be this big an asshole if she was your daughter? No. So stop it.
I don't know. I see it both ways, though. I see the crazy, conspiracy theory behind it and whatnot. It is a very controlling aspect, but we won't get into all that. Or we can. I don't care.
Again, I want to talk a little bit about the game, although she is, I know, a significant part of it because of her relationship with the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce.
Were you on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love
Is this thing on?
I love it here. Are we on the air?
Yes. So,
Nobody tells me anything.
we tell you, you just don't remember. You had a stroke, remember? No, you don't remember. Is that the problem?
It can be. It can be.
You've been busy because of our sports editor being a little under the weather, so you've been very busy in the sports arena as well, along with your daily dirt duties.
The Eighinger World Tour we get a break after tonight. 11 games in 7 days.
Wow. That's a lot.
But they've all been good games. I have no complaints. It's a great life, and as long as the concessions are good, I have no problem. And tonight is at Palmyra, home of the big dog. So,
Not Jeff Dorsey.
No. Jeff should, that's a good
You're
one.
the one who compared the hot dog to Wilt Chamberlain, which I thought was totally inappropriate. In your column, I was like, "What? What'd you just do? What?" Yeah, I was
Have
like,
you been having some gummies, Steve?
No.
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 Had to think about
you had
it.
to think about
Yeah.
it, right? Who do you like in the Super Bowl besides the commercials? Between the two teams, which team do you like?
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Can't bet against Patrick Mahomes, right?
Big game, yeah. And I love Brock Purdy, but I think the moment may be a little too big for him this week.
I throw a nickel or two in on some bets, and I've just gotten killed this postseason, just destroyed. Because why? Because I bet against Patrick Mahomes like 2 straight games. I'm like, I'm done. Yeah, so I'm Chiefs. I'm team I'm team T Swift, team Kelsey, team Mahomes.
You speak of Patrick Mahomes, and we haven't mentioned Brittany Mahomes.
Brittany, we're our own Brittany. Don't care about no Brittany Mahomes. We got Brittany Bowl.
She's always on the same screen as Taylor Swift.
They are. They become besties.
Have you seen some of those prop bets for Taylor Swift? Those are interesting.
I read your Daily Dirt just a little while ago as I posted it.
The one I thought could have been on there, will she wear red lipstick? Because she always wears red lipstick. Will she mix it up for the Super Bowl? And if so, somebody could win a fortune on that one.
What do you think of the Travis Kelce proposing to her bet?
I don't see that happening, win
I
or
didn't
lose.
even know that was a bet.
Oh, yeah. You can go on FanDuel. You can go on for FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever, and you can do the bet. So
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
what if she proposes to him in this day of female empowerment?
Well, I mean, she's got to be like down on the field or something at some point.
Well, if they win, she'll be down there.
I don't think so. I think they'll keep her away from that madhouse.
There'll be an entourage. She'll have her security entourage. It'll be fine. David just pointed out that Brittany Mahomes is going to be in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue coming up, which I didn't even know. I thought Sports Illustrated had been killed.
Last I knew it was a monthly, and then I thought it was done too.
So is it just going to be online now? Will they actually have a printed swimsuit edition?
I don't know. I haven't read a magazine for so long. It's sad, really. That used to be a staple.
Print is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I was just thinking to myself, like, all the way to make money off of women, you know? Like, I know
Sports Illustrated's been doing it for years.
Sports Illustrated, and then the NFL, and then we're getting upset with the NFL for doing this. And
At Mark Twain High School in the mid-'80s, we received Sports Illustrated in the library every week.
It came by covered wagon, the Mark
Ex-
Twain.
Pony Express. Except the swimsuit issue. They would
Those
not
were the
allow
days.
the swimsuit issue in the
Really?
library.
Our
Of
high
course,
school either.
Because it was tittillating. They didn't have the swimsuit issue when you were in high school. Sports
We
Illustrated
had
was in
the-
black and white when you were in high school.
We had the Babes of 1840.
oh,
Mary Todd Lincoln?
Mary
Very
Todd was
nice.
hot.
David showing us.
Did you ask Mary Todd how she enjoyed the
Brittany's.
theater when she got home after April 15th?
Yeah, I missed that. We're on the air, really.
Yes, really.
You really are our George Goebel, and I know that's an old reference for a lot of people. But when
too old
George,
for me.
it is very much so. But when George Goebel would show up on the Tonight Show and sit next to Johnny and Ed, yes. But George Goebel would just sit there, and you just thought he was drunk or on something, and would just meander. I mean, you are our George Goebel, even though you don't drink. But you certainly the effects of the stroke have certainly lingered for many months, years and months.
Did you happen to see Mannix last night?
I did not watch Mannix last night. I don't watch the old TV shows like you and Don O'Brien do. A little Kojak every now and then, but that's about it.
Well, they had a guy who was on a talk show, and he looked like George Goebel, and he died of a heart attack right on the air. But I'm planning on being here for a while.
I prefer George Goebel to Buck Henry, if that's any consolation to you.
They'd both be in the consolation bracket.
As far as what? As far as stars of the 70s and 80s who just made random appearances in shows?
Yeah, or just general lack of talent.
George Goebel probably actually was 60s and 70s. I'd say he was
Yeah.
done by then. Buck Henry was still doing SNL in the early 80s. So,
He should have just stayed as a writer, I always thought.
do you remember when he did the skit when he was the uncle who would babysit the girls?
Oh, yeah.
That was so inappropriate. Yeah, you can't do that on TV these days.
You can't do a lot of things.
No, you just can't. So, but it was. I'll hook that YouTube clip up if I can, so people will watch if they can want to remember fondly on Buck Henry babysitter.
What's your jersey represent, by the way?
Roger Staubach. It's the Super Bowl, baby.
That's what I thought. It's a nice jersey.
It is. It's throwback. Mitchell and Ness.
Loser team, but nice jersey.
Roger Staubach went 2-2 in his Super Bowl starting career.
Well, I'm talking now.
Oh, they're awful now. They're I don't even. Yeah.
Oh, I
it's
loved
bad.
Roger. He was great.
Yeah, it's so awful right now. They haven't been any good since the 90s. And then I was a Cowboys fan. Obviously, growing up with Roger was aside from like my dad and my grandfathers, my non-relation idol was Roger Staubach. He was this, Catholic, All-American football player, quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And, I barely remember. I remember like the mid-'70s. I don't remember Super Bowl VI, his first Super Bowl, but I remember the mid-'70s, and they would get close. And then I vividly remember them losing to the Steelers in Super Bowl X. So when they beat the Broncos in Super Bowl XII, it was like one of the happiest days of my life to that point.
I hated the Steelers.
Yeah, I did too. But and then of course they lost the Steelers again, and then Roger retired. But anyway, no, those were some great teams back then. So and now, no, you're right. The Cowboys are not. There was a point. Somebody made a point that they think the Chiefs are America's team now.
I would agree to that. Yeah. I mean, love them or hate them. I mean, they're the ones that are up front 24/7. I mean,
do you think there's a Taylor Swift factor involved in that?
Yeah, totally.
I would agree. I mean, I think they were on the rise before that. I mean, again, they've been what in the last 4 Super Bowls now, counting
something
this one,
like that.
and they won 2. So,
but I think that because I think the government is controlling all of this, and that this is a giant simulation that you're all watching for distraction. So yeah, Taylor is a part of this.
That's way beyond me.
oh, this is not Frankie Say.
No, well,
this is
hey,
Club Muddy. Let's just remember what show you're on.
Yeah. Don't be mad that you're just.
I'm not mad.
Okay.
I'm not mad at all.
I mean, I'm there for the commercials. Yeah.
And that's fine. And the food. Are you there for the food then, or the food? Yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there's a bigger picture with all this.
There is.
We're just.
The mass, though. I mean, I have to go to mass that day. But then after that, I got ribs to make. I got wings to make. I got stuff to do. So
Wait, I'm being controlled.
And we're on air. Thank you for being here, Steve. I mean, this has been the best.
You can make a George Gobel reference again now if you want, but you're just like clicking back into memory bank. So, okay. So as we record this on Thursday, you're in Palmyra tonight. So Friday, no
Friday
sports?
and Saturday, the World Tour is off.
Really?
The World Tour.
We have family coming in, and I
okay.
made arrangements with the Muddy River Executive Committee to be off those 2 days.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate your extra effort as you've had to put in over this time where Matt's been a little under the weather. So hopefully he'll be back at full speed next week.
Will he? I haven't heard.
We're hoping.
Good.
We're hoping. So, well, we're going to let you get to Palmyra. And then
What are you going to have? Concession-wise, you said what was it?
Monster hot dog,
A
apparently.
monster hot dog?
It's weighs like 4 pounds. I mean, it's incredible. It's they have them at Warsaw, and wherever I was last night, they had them now too.
I'm just calling it the Will Chamberlain from now on.
Okay.
What else? What all do you put on it? Just nothing.
I like them naked.
He likes
Like
a
your
naked,
cheeseburgers.
a naked Will Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's no condiments.
Okay, all right.
You know this. You've eaten with the man.
I know. I just didn't know if maybe hot dogs were different.
Are you upset that he didn't bring you any made right?
A little, but I don't know.
I just got the regular. I usually get the mega, but I got to save myself for Palmyra tonight.
Gotta save myself for
There's
the
only
will.
so much. There's only so much the will. There's only so much room. So, well, if we laugh now, I know we're gonna laugh more with our next guest. So, thank you, Steve. We will see you again. Thanks again for all your hard work.
So we're off the air now?
Now we're
Once
off.
I say bye,
Yeah.
I say we'll be right back. Then you can leave. Okay. Now you can leave.
Okay.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
A&B Properties is Quincy's largest apartment rental company with hundreds of units available. They offer short-term and long-term rentals with 1 up to 4 bedroom apartments. A&B Properties meets the needs of its tenants with care, compassion, and a quality of service that exceeds expectations. A&B Properties also has a convenient tenant app for you to do your payments or make repair requests. Give them a call today. A&B Properties, 217-919-8080, Quincy.
Where is the place to be again?
Hooligan, Stilton, Washington.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where everyone should be. If not, then you're an awful human being that doesn't care for people.
You don't like children. This is
At
Josh
all.
Klitz, by the way, the man who runs Hooligans and is sponsoring tonight's, as we record this, this airs Friday for the first time. So Friday night, we're having a little fundraiser for the good folks at Chaddock.
Yep.
And Josh is hosting. Brittany and I are bartending along with some other fine folks.
doing that.
Who are the? I don't want to like forget anybody. Who are the
Sure.
other bartenders?
So obviously you two killing it, and then we've got Pound 'em, blow it up. We've got Tegan Orpid has been kind enough to say yes, and Quaid, of course, over at the radio station said he'd like to hop in there, and Mr. Kyle Moore, our was soon to be representative.
Well, he has an election or two to win still.
It's Illinois, man. He'll get in. It's fine.
Okay, so, boy, Tegan, this will be up late for her. She's a morning girl.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I think she's 7 to 8 with Quaid, and I believe it's you and Mr. Kyle at 6 to 7, and then Britt and I will cap her off at 8 to 9. 8 to 9 shift.
I get the other dude, and the other guys get the girls. So
Well,
I
I
don't know
mean,
how that
all
works
the
out.
winking and nudging you gave me, I assumed you wanted the guy. So
yeah.
got to be a
I
little
just got
less
to make sure. I just
inconspicuous.
can make sure that Kyle, just behaves. As we'll have to be a watchdog on him after he's elected for the next 4 years. You know.
Could you put him on your shoulders and do like a Master Blaster thing, like off of Mad Max?
Did they do that in Cocktail?
I don't. They may have. Hell, I don't know.
I'm the Brian Brown to his Tom Cruise.
Was
Is that
it
what we're doing
Coghlan's
there?
Law? We gotta do
Coughlin's
Coghlan's
Law.
Law.
I really
Coughlin's Law.
hope this happens.
I got to do that. We got to get a Cocktails and Dreams light somewhere. Can we get? I can get that. Can Amazon get that to us tomorrow?
I mean, Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
You
call him
say
up.
his name like 3 times. He pops up.
Drones. They have drones
Yeah,
now.
I know. I do want to get a pizza delivered by one of his robots.
Yeah. Why not?
I've never had a robot bring me a damn thing.
I think that'd be great.
I think it's high time we stop that from happening.
No, okay. Of the 6 people who are doing this, you two are she's a professional bartender. I don't know what the hell you are.
Yeah.
But
Throw it
she's the
together.
one who actually will know what's going on and can
But I
run
don't
the
have
show
to.
and do all this.
No, they're going to have real bartenders there. His lovely bartenders are going to be bartending.
So you and I are just the eye candy then.
Basically, is what I hear. I
Yes.
mean,
Be a
if
special.
I need to pop a bottle, I will pop a bottle. If I need to mix a drink, I mean, if I need to take some shots, I will take some shots.
It's for the kids.
It's for the
It's for the
kids.
It's for
I
the
mean,
kids.
Yeah. If
Speaking
you don't,
of which,
So, like, the only reason I wanted to do this was Debbie Reed was the president of Chaddock, cousin, family member. She unfortunately passed away of cancer, but we had set this up prior to her passing. So, I just really wanted to try to do something locally, and we want to keep finding new local organizations, too, that we can do this for every 3 months or so, and give back to what they've given to us, which is the ability to open a bar and have customers. So, if we can give back any way we can, we definitely want to do so.
And Chaddock really does do amazing work.
Oh, man,
And they've
they're
done it. They,
phenomenal.
yes, Debbie was there for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but before then, John Simon was the director, and for years they've just taken care of a lot of kids who've just had a really rough way to go.
Yeah.
And I think this is great to do this for them. Matt Obert is now the guy in charge. He's great, and I know he and Jeff Van Camp and Adam Oosterhouse and those guys are, kind of the ones who we're kind of taking a little guidance from. But I think they'll take our check regardless, right?
It's going to cash or bounce. We don't know yet. It just depends on how many people show up. But we're going to do, we got a lot of giveaways and stuff like that, 50-50, your standard stuff for benefits. But the hope is just to draw as many people as we can in. And, the more you give, the more it helps, and the more it makes me feel a little bit better about serving booze to people. So, I figured if we're going to do this, we might as well give some money to someone that deserves it, like the Chaddock Foundation.
I like that. Josh is always about, he's been about charity, at least in our Muddy River News light for quite some time. But everyone has to realize that when it comes to Josh Klitz and charity, there is going to be sarcasm.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be laughs, no matter what the topic is or whatever we're raising for. He's going to still make you laugh.
No, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's what I do. It's a curse and a blessing.
I've
really.
watched this guy do a stand-up on Alzheimer's. So, like, if he can joke about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we can joke about anything, I guess.
There's everyone wants to look at news and be downtrodden about it, and it's like, man, it's high time that we stop all the negativity because it's just destroying everyone's, thought process. It feels like. So I don't know. It's time just to step back a little bit and just realize that life is serious, but man, oh man, have some fun while we're here. For God's sakes,
Yeah.
You got to stop with all the upsetness and everything else and cancel culture. My God, just laugh at what's funny and enjoy it, for Christ's sakes.
I think that's a great philosophy to have because a lot of times we'll cut up and make jokes, and there's things we still say sometimes around here that we probably shouldn't say out there, but still, I think that I think we're just a little too uptight these days.
Can you imagine like a Lenny Bruce or like a George Carlin in today's culture? I mean, it would be phenomenal to watch that train wreck happen, but it couldn't happen today.
But they do it. Even guys who try to be a little edgy, they do it too. So yeah, it's not good.
No, we need to take back the funny. It's getting out of hand, for God's sake. So yeah, let's have some fun with this.
Again, this is Friday night tonight. As you're watching this tonight, if not, you'd missed it, but we'll have another one. And most importantly, it's Super Bowl weekend.
It is.
What is your Super Bowl plan?
I mean, I don't gamble, but I gamble on football, so it doesn't really count when you do it that way. Are we talking point spread or money line? I mean, what are we doing here?
Chiefs or Niners are favored by 2, right?
Right. The line moved this morning. I mean, someone texted me and said the line moved this morning to -1. So right now, that moved down a little bit. It was 2 the other day. So if I have to pick right now, I've been destroyed by betting against that jackass Mahomes. So I think that's right. I said it. Go Bears.
We just had this conversation with Steve Eighinger how Mahomes has cost me twice the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't bet against him anymore. So I mean, if I had to
Why
pick,
were you betting against him?
It just felt right.
I thought Josh Allen was due. I really
Right.
thought the Bills were
No,
due.
man.
There's no way the Bills could get struck like that again.
Yeah,
There's no way. They're due.
I mean,
Yeah,
what was the
not so
curse of the
much.
Bambino? That's
Yeah.
what destroyed Boston
Now it's
for
just
how many
wide- yeah,
years?
now it's just wide right for Buffalo.
I mean, what in God's name did Buffalo do to the
That
sports
kick
gods?
was just like, oh, you got to be kidding
Yeah, it
me.
was brutal.
Well,
That was
neither of
brutal.
you have asked me which team I, actually want to go for. or
I
whatever.
actually did
No, you
earlier.
didn't. You said.
What do you think about the game?
And
We
I
had
said
the conversation.
Taylor or whatever. I wore my red though for the Chiefs.
Okay.
I mean, I think
You know
like
the Niners colors red too.
yes. Speaking of it, no, I didn't. Actually, no, I didn't. Wait, yes, I did because that color conspiracy thing. What did you think about that? The last 4 years.
I know nothing about this.
Are you kidding me?
It obviously didn't work because the Ravens lost.
No, because it got leaked that this was happening, so the Ravens had to lose. Okay, so for the last 4 years, the NFL's emblem colors have ended up being what the team's colors were in the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl logo colors have matched.
No,
what
the
team's-
NFL logo.
the Super Bowl logo color.
Oh, I
What
thought
color
it was.
is it?
It was purple and red this year.
Purple and red.
Ravens Niners, everybody thought.
So Roger Goodell's a Crip. Or wait, is he blood? I don't know my games. What is it?
He's a moron, is what he is. Friggin'
Okay,
moron.
well, I chose red.
No,
whatever.
I did not hear
So I
about
could
the
win.
color controversy.
Well, this is the year.
So you win.
What do you mean? Yeah, I'm going to win either way
Either
because I
way.
wore red. But yes, this year they smashed that because it got leaked on the internet. So the Ravens had to win.
Oh, is this
So
the?
you're
is
picking,
this
so you're
the whole-
picking the Chiefs.
Yes, I will pick the Chiefs.
Yes, I also will pick the Chiefs and the over.
Yeah, I took the Chiefs in the over.
Yeah, you got to go over.
Also on my shirt is a Lagunitas. It's a nice.
It's a good brewery.
It's a great beer.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Like segue real quick outside of sports. Sorry.
Go ahead.
To your bar.
Yeah.
You have some great beers there, right?
Yeah.
Somebody
yeah.
told me that you had some interesting ones on tap. Am I?
I mean, we have your standards, your domestics, your Mick Ultra, and your Busch Light. But then about every month we try to switch up our 6 barrels. And this month we've got Blue Moon and Mango Cart rocking.
Awesome.
As it gets warmer, we'll bring in some other, summertime beers and whatnot. But yeah, I like to mix it up a little bit. And yeah.
Did you have something called Riggs on there?
I did. Last month was Riggs.
Really?
American Lager, and it went well. I thought it would go better with the, being chilly out. Usually those heavier beers tend to be a winter kind of, winter kind of beer. But,
Is that local? Ish,
No,
or do you know?
No, I don't know where the hell they're out of. I don't know. It's called Riggs USA. I have no
I know.
clue.
I heard a lot about it. Somebody came in to my bar the other day and said something about it. They're like, "You need to get that Riggs in here."
Riggs, yeah. It was good. It was good. But again, we just try to make a change every month just to keep
That's
it fresh.
nice.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. People have the same stuff all over town, so you got to be a little different. And I'm different as hell, so that helps. That helps out there. I gotta ask, what made you guys say yes to doing the celebrity bartender gig?
You asked.
Hooligans? That's all it took.
You
Yeah.
made me.
Can I have $5?
No.
$10?
No, yeah, my time. No. Well, okay. Number one, you asked. Number two, you said the bartenders drink for free.
No, hold
Yes,
on.
you did. Yes,
oh,
you
yeah.
did.
Yes, you did.
I said these words.
From the time from 6 to 9, we drink for free.
All right. So during your shift.
No. 6
right, so
to 9.
This is what we'll do. I've got Mickey's hand grenades. Now they're expired, but you're gonna love them, and we keep them lukewarm for a reason.
I'll settle for some Busch Latte. I'm not Quaid, foo-foo beer snob who's going to drink all your high-end stuff.
Yeah, he is kind of food.
Oh, total beer snob.
Yeah, he got rid of that long hair, got a fancy short haircut. Now he's all sassy.
He was a beer snob when his hair was down to his ass. Let's
Was
be
he
honest.
really?
Absolutely.
He
yes.
looked like he sold El Caminos.
I worked with him
on the side.
I worked with him at the radio station back in the day, and we'd go, we had Blues in the District, and so we'd all have fancy beer because I was a bit of a beer snob. I'm still a bit of a beer snob, but right now the heavy beer
you
just
want a
kind
Busch Latte.
But the heavy beer just kind of hurt. It doesn't work with me right now. If I'm going to go
What's
volume,
the matter with a Busch Latte?
There's nothing wrong with
If I'm going volume, I'm going Busch Latte or Bud Select.
Oh yeah, I
Or
gotta
Mick
get that
Ultra.
for you. I forgot. I'm glad you said that.
The Bud Select.
Yes, I have to
the representative candidate. That's also his beer of choice.
Oh yes. Kyle
So
Moore. Forgot about that.
so that you need.
I'm also running for that spot. I'm just kidding. I'm not running for anything. That sounds
You should run for
awful.
corner. That'd be fun.
Corner? Oh, could you imagine that? I would weekend at Bernie's everybody.
Yep, dead.
Just a bunch of moving hands and oh no, it'd be fantastic. Oh, I wouldn't make it a week, but it'd be fun.
Scott Graham's unopposed, but you could run as a write-in.
Do you have to have a resume? Like, aren't all your best clients gone? Like, who's gonna say he's good or not?
Right?
I mean, there's really no way to check if I'm a coroner. Yeah, let's write it down.
Job pays like 66, something like that.
Oof, that's it? To poke a body?
Yeah, but we don't have that many people who. I think he makes one call a week. Maybe.
Wait, what?
Have you not
That's
noticed
it?
all the shootings?
I
No
guess that's
kidding. I was
true.
like, don't people drop?
That was the
aren't
corner
they
in the old
dropping
days.
like flies?
I think now it's more. Yeah, he's probably gonna do
This
a couple
is not the
three. Yeah,
Mayberry corner.
I'm just totally kidding. Scott Graham does a great job. I'm just totally
Did
kidding.
anyone die in Mayberry ever?
Oh no,
Ever?
no.
Like that town, like that's the place we all need to move to. Clean
I mean,
water.
Barney had to do the Heimlich on Otis once,
That dude
but
was on so much Adderall.
oh
Barney
yeah,
had to have been.
yeah.
Had
Otis,
to have been.
Otis, man. Every boy's idol, man. I just want to get drunk and sleep in the jail. They're not going to arrest. They're not going to do anything. Just going to I'm going to get hammered. They're going to put me in the jail. Then they're going to take it out, and then they're going to let me go down the road. And that's great.
It's that jail was not very practical. I mean, you've got just a okay. I will say this: we have Me TV at the house. I think everyone probably has that. So like, there was an episode of what was it? Not Mayberry. What was it called?
The Andy Griffith Show.
Andy Griffith Show. So he was the sheriff. Is that right?
He was the sheriff of Mayberry.
Okay, so these older couple walk in, and I walk into the kitchen just to hear this part. Him go, "You two got to quit slugging on each other, and I don't want to see you again for another couple weeks." And I looked at my wife, and I was like, "Are they promoting that?" And then I got to thinking that was done in what, the 50s?
Yeah.
So I guess when you
60,
slugged on
56,
each other back in
yeah.
the 50s and 60s, you just kept it hush hush, or you went to your local sheriff. Like,
What about Ward and June Cleaver?
what do you think happened? Oh, you gonna say the joke?
Ward, weren't you a little hard on the beaver
There
last
it is.
night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They slept in
see?
different beds. There was no way that beaver hurt.
The beef, though.
Hey.
Come on.
Oh God, can you imagine having that nickname now?
Slept in separate.
I always called my son Eddie Haskell, and he's like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "Go watch some Leave It to Beaver, and you'll learn what Eddie Haskell is."
Oh, see, I forgot about Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Like back in our Saved by the Bell, like that, like
You said back in our day.
Back in our
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Screech.
Screech.
Screech. Yeah. Well, wasn't he a stand-up comic too?
Yeah, and he did a porn.
Screech did?
Now, Elizabeth Berkley did Showgirls, which wasn't porn, but it was close.
I remember back in high school when that show hit the theaters. They
Showgirls?
Yeah.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
they?
Big controversy.
They picketed. The
outside
of it.
It was lewd.
Lewd. It was
lascivious. It was lewd. It was lascivious.
Was it because of her, or
I don't
why?
really remember why, because they had many R-rated movies prior to that.
There was a lot of nudity and sex in that movie.
But like to picket the
was it
AMC
because she
theater?
was a teen idol type thing?
I honestly
or
don't remember
It's Quincy, so they just said, let's go pick it.
That is
Oh,
true.
this happened in Quincy?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
I was in high school. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, way before my
Yeah, it was
time.
like back in the 40s, 50s, but
Yeah.
it was a long time ago. But yeah, it's interesting that we brought that up for no damn reason.
I know. We went from the Super Bowl to
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell.
This really fell off the damn rail.
So,
Usually
what are
does with
you doing, though? Are you working? Are you at home? What is your Super Bowl plan?
We always have a little get together at the house.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got a little man cave, and yeah, it's a good time down there. So every year I look forward to this party. It's the end of my favorite time, which is the football time, and then we go into 2 weeks of sports depression, and then we have to start hanging out with our families. I mean, that's a killer.
Baseball? You're not a baseball guy?
I used to
You're
love-
literally
I'm
wearing a
the
baseball
cap. I like my Cardinals very much, but last year was brutal. I mean, I am wearing the hat, aren't I?
That's
You
why I
didn't
looked
know.
I didn't know.
She guys
I picked one up off the counter this morning.
Yeah, I
and threw it on.
figured.
Yeah, they were so damn bad last year that if I miss a season, it might do me better. They were terrible.
They were terrible last year.
Yeah, it was really
It was a
bad.
bad
What's
year.
the 2 weeks of sports? What is it called? Hell or
I mean,
whatever?
yeah, it's like a sports depression.
What is
you've
it?
got nothing like next weekend.
Football's over.
Maybe hockey or Australian tennis or I don't know.
You're not going to get in the UFL? St. Louis Battlehawks?
So
Caw.
I'm trying my hardest to get into that. It's just not the NFL, man. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather watch the Blue Devils play. So yeah, it's really bad.
Oh my gosh!
Well, they had a great season last
Oh,
year. I mean,
okay.
it was a pretty good season.
Oh, I thought that was like a bad joke.
No, they had a great. It was like the best season on
Blue
record.
Devils? No, they're doing great.
No,
Yeah.
yes,
fantastic.
but I thought you
High
were
school
like, I'd rather watch like in a.
No,
in a-
Oh,
it was
no,
a compliment.
I'd literally rather
I'd rather watch
watch
high
the
school
high school.
sports than
Yeah.
these
Gotcha.
pro teams that aren't pro
I think
teams.
the highest paid player on that last year was like $200,000 or $300,000.
not even that.
It wasn't very much money.
Oh, God, I think it was less than 100.
Those guys are just taking
So
an
maybe
ass
it's
beating.
real because they're not actually bought and paid for.
How did this scripted sports thing become a thing?
The
Like,
internet.
She thinks everything's scripted.
I heard some kid say the other day, and this is the first time I'm hearing this, that what was the conspiracy theory? Birds are listening devices or robots or some shit like that. What's happening? Like, is weed that good for these kids these days?
I don't know, is it? Apparently so.
What's up with
burn.
these kids, man? That bird's watching
Question
me.
everything.
Question everything.
I don't let her wear the
Question
tinfoil hat on the camera. But as soon as the camera's off, the tinfoil hat, she and Ashley have matching tinfoil hats. And then they go out walking down the street saying,
Yeah.
"Ooh,
Yeah, that's
look
what we do."
out, the end is coming. Ah."
I want to see all of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I've
totally
never-
what.
I've got a video. I'll show you later.
Oh, so you like aliens? You believe in aliens?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah?
You don't?
No.
Really?
No, not at all. That's
Actually, I
crazy.
believe in aliens.
Do you? No, come
There's
on.
got to be life out there. It's a big freaking universe.
How can you believe in aliens? I thought that's against your religion.
No, it's not.
Oh.
You're Amish? That's a religion, right?
Yeah, it's a religion. Yeah, no.
Piscopo? Joe Piscopo? What is
Was he
that?
Amish?
Who knows?
Was he Mormon? No, he wasn't Mormon.
Who, Joe?
Yeah.
I have no clue. Never met
Joe
him.
Pisco got to be Italian. Got to be Catholic, right?
Piscopo.
Italian.
What do you question, Josh?
Man, I don't. I if it doesn't concern me, I move right along, man. I mean, there's enough stuff to do in my world that I take care of what's in
It's
front of
kinda
you.
where I am.
So
It's like, okay.
I don't worry
So-
myself about things that literally have no bearing on what happens in my day. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the NFL does not have any bearing on what
Oh,
happens
see, I
into
love
my
it.
day.
Oh, you would think I own a team. I'd love to. Though. I'd be such a good owner.
Oh,
I mean, you got Jim Irsay passing out in cars.
yeah,
You
right.
guys can do it. Jerry Jones has a kid that he paid off. I mean, this is phenomenal. Those guys can do whatever the hell they want.
The one thing that I'm more jealous of Jerry Jones of anything is he has an unending supply of Johnny Walker Blue. That stuff's what, $2.50 a bottle?
Oh, it's more than that.
It's like
And-
500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
it's
he
crazy
he
expensive.
has that in his suite at the games. He drinks it like I drink Crown.
His favorite hobby is clubbing seals. I don't know if you knew that or not, but he's got a little bat.
I thought he had a hobby that involved, women of the night or something. So,
Well, I mean, he's got. I mean, who? What was? What's his nuts? I got an HJ at that one Super Bowl.
Oh, Robert Kraft.
Yes, yeah.
The massage parlor, yeah.
Come on, man. You got enough money. You don't need to go to Winchins and whatever the hell it was called.
You can afford the high. And how about the as we wrap up, how about the Super Bowl in Vegas? How much Sodom and Gomorrah stuff's going to be going on this weekend in Vegas?
I'm so glad you finished that sentence.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, this is not going to go well. Yeah, no, I mean they're in the city of sin, and they're bringing all the extra sin with them. I mean, you would think.
Are they bringing in more prostitutes this weekend, or do you think there's enough in Las Vegas to handle them?
Oh, let me call Johnny Prostitute. He owns
Got his
all
number?
the
Got his
prostitutes.
number?
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I mean, I would assume there's a shit ton there now.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
It's legal. It's legal there.
I don't think it is in
I don't
Vegas.
think so either.
Outside.
It's legal in Nevada.
In Nevada. Okay.
So if you go outside of Las Vegas, that's where like the Bunny Ranch and the Mustang Ranch, they're like out in the boonies where you go out and the retired porn stars, you can spend quality time with them, right?
Teach me.
It's great. So Google that shit.
I'll Google.
So-
I'll Google.
I would like to know how much money Vegas is bringing in though from this. I mean, you think you
Well, the lowest ticket price is around $9,000 or $10,000. So I mean,
Crazy.
if you've got that kind of money to toss around to watch a football game and usher, I mean, you've got money to do whatever you want to do.
glorified
This is
A
crazy.
woman I
Cheater.
went
Yeah.
to, woman who I went to Mizzou with is the director of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, and we'd still have a message from time to time, and I just said like a week or so ago, and I said, I just can't imagine this week for you, and she goes, yeah, Vegas is Vegas, but it's like on steroids now. It's just insane.
What did they say that they ran out of parking spots for private jets? Mm-hmm. Like that's insane.
At the
to
McCarran
see.
Airport, Airport,
and like
yeah.
within so many miles, I forget the number around it. There's
They got
nowhere
people
to
parking
park
like in
your jet.
Reno now.
That's insane. I park my jet in my backyard like a gentleman.
That's right.
There's no reason.
Well, I live next to Westview, so it's right on the fairway.
Oh, like that scene in Casino.
Yeah.
$100 if you hit the fucking plane. And you just start tagging that thing with golf balls. I love that movie. That's so good.
All right. Well, once again,
Yes.
Friday,
tomorrow.
tonight as this airs, and again, if
Tonight.
you're watching this late, you missed out. Hooligans, fundraiser, Chaddock, show up. And if you don't show up on Facebook, we've got a link where you can still give us
Correct.
tips in order to go toward donations for Chaddock.
for
Correct,
the kids.
yes.
It's all for the kids.
Donation online. No, but thank you guys. It is a huge deal to me because I do want to do everything I can, especially with everything that had just happened at the Chaddock organization. So Jeff Van Camp and Adam Dustras, they've been wonderful to work with. They've been very helpful getting this thing off the ground. So it's exciting for us. It's our first run at doing an event like this at Hooligan. So we want to, keep getting better at it and keep involving local charities. And if you guys have any good ideas for who needs to be next, please let us know.
One other thing, I don't think we talked about the apps. Who's doing the apps? Appetizers?
Oh, so On the Rail is going to help us out.
Thanks, Scott.
We appreciate Scott Edlin. He's a good man. And then we'll just have a bunch of other hodgepodge of things there to keep people, full as they hammer back Basil Hayden or some Buffalo Trace or Bush Latte. Whatever you want.
Whatever we want from 6 to 9, right?
Yeah.
It's on us.
Again. So
Thank you.
thanks, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
All right. See you all later.